second type of participants that can create a difficulty to you as a presenter or as a trainer or as a teacher, and that is the snipers. Yes, I mean those snipers, this would not be a visible gun pointing at you, but then an invisible gun, but very strict one. Now, the snipers are the ones who would wait for that little opportunity to put you in a trouble. Maybe a leading question, or if you say that there are, for example, like you say 5 C's of communication, they say, sir, we have heard about 7 C's of communication. And what about if say the topic is non-verbal communication? They would say, sir, this I have learned, I've already gone through this topic in my 3rd and 4th standard. So what is new for me today? Now, the simple thing here is the snipers, they are here not to really challenge you, but they are here to also challenge what you upskill about or what are you sharing, right? So the issue is not personal. This is that who knows the most or who knows better. So they might take it on themselves and having this thing that I am here, that who has better knowledge or maybe a better intellect, and I would keep on adding those things which might trouble you and challenge you. Now, as I've always said, there are ways to handle the snipers also in this session. What are those 3 ways? Here are they. Number 1, don't be afraid. I mean, yes, it's your session. You are a presenter and you're a speaker. You have a valid license, a moral license here to share as in your given particular time slot. Number 2 is welcome them. I mean, the snipers are also the participants of the session. Now, you're not here to win in the argument with them. So never convert this into an argument. If there's anything which is argumentative, which needs more of answers to it, but that is quite irrelevant, it's very okay that you leave that thing, appreciate their knowledge and come back to the topic, because the more you do, the more it will come to you. And point number 3 is don't take it personal, as I've said already, because they do not have a personal thing with you. They just have an intellect thing with you or maybe a knowledge clash. But that's okay. If something comes good, appreciate it. Take it as a value addition of a session. Take it as in someone who is adding participation, because anyways a trainer or teacher would need a participation in their session. I have a very small example with you to share here. Now, when it comes to the snipers, I remember in one of my university days where I was a professor, we had a session on mindfulness. So there was a mindfulness coach, and one of my students in the participants, he knew that coach. He said, sir, before you start a mindful session, I know you. If you remember, you shared a post on your LinkedIn that once upon a time, just a few months ago, that you forgot your car keys inside the car and the car was locked. So when you teach mindfulness, you really should have set a right example, because I think if you can forget your car keys, how would you teach and train us today? And he handled beautifully. What he said, that even if I'm a mindful expert, this happens to best of us. Even the doctors, they catch the infection. They can catch an infection. The drivers, they can also meet with an accident. Even the engineers, the building do fall. So if we have the expertise on something, that does not mean that we are immune to that. We also make mistakes, and the best thing is accepting that and move forward and sharing it, that yes, it can happen to best of us.